after I retired, I actually got to teach psychology of religion twice in Warsaw, Poland, in a program that is it's a graduate program. Well, there's undergraduates too. It's called the Warsaw International Studies in Psychology, and it's all psych courses in English that is offered at the University of Warsaw. And it brings in faculty from all over, and they brought me from Wisconsin to teach psychology of religion. And I got to do that twice. And again, lots of students enrolled because people are interested. And by that time, then I was able to, this was like now after 9/11, and this is like 2012, 2013, 2014. So I was able to bring in those studies of terrorism. And here we have this international group. I've got students from like 20 different countries. And, and I also had them read William James.
Was, one or two pieces of information about older adulthood that you wanted students to walk away understanding, you wanted psychologists to walk away understanding, what would those be?
Well, if you think about it, if we talk about the way most lifespan developmental psych courses are, they spend all their time and energy on 18 years, right? And then the entire, as you said, the entire rest of the lifespan, you get a couple weeks,
right? And
so I am increasingly emphasizing the social determinants of health and in aging,
right?
Because we're in a time right now when all we care about is the brain, right? Just show me a picture of the aging brain and blah blah blah. And my focus since the late 90s has been on incorporating dementia into everything I do, including psychology of religion,
right?
And so I really want people to understand these social determinants of health, and the way what we experience in later life is very often influenced by everything that has come before.
Right.
And I'm talking about mental health as well as physical health, of course. And so I want people to understand that. I want people to understand the strengths of late life. I want people to understand the complexity of late life, the heterogeneity of late life, and we tend in our culture especially to lump old people all together, and we don't understand all the differences in how that is often a function of what came earlier in life. So those are some of the points that I try to get across.
Yeah.
Some researchers are starting to find out is that older people have coped really better than we expected they would, because they have kind of gotten used to being socially isolated, right?
Yeah.
They're widowed, their friends have died. And what is the one institution that they've held on to, some of them? Their congregations.
Yep.
And so why isn't anybody studying that, right? Why isn't anybody looking at how they whether they have tech or they don't have tech to be able to, have Facebook Live or, YouTube or Zoom or whatever? These are critical questions.
Yeah, they are.
About how elders who have been really disproportionately affected by this pandemic, right? Both those living at home, so-called independently, and in long-term care.
Right.
Right. why are we not studying this?
Right.
But to the surprise of a lot of gerontologists, they have not come through this pandemic time with as much anxiety and depression as younger people have.